harm. I am Supergirl.
Hey guys, just finished watching Supergirl, Season 3, Episode 13, both sides now. This episode was interesting. I mean, I forgot about going into this, that, this is the last episode before we get the next episode. It's going to be like end of March or April type thing. We're going to be a while before we get that, since it will be the whole Legend of Tomorrow will be taking over the spot of Supergirl. So the ending of this episode didn't really set that up big enough for a longish break that we're going to have. So it is annoying that we do have 2 months like break type thing, and they couldn't just add an extra day to the CW lineup of TVs and stuff. I don't know why they had to pause the show and bring back a show and all that. Just put something on Wednesday. There's nothing on Wednesday. It's kind of annoying. But so here, let's get into the first part. The first part, which is really cool, with them. They go after Purity and stuff. They get to attack her, and they accidentally set her off. We find out that Purity has some sort of mind equilibrium type powers, and she also has scream powers. So the scream powers with her and the special effects with that were really good. They have learned a lot on the CW with the way they did. They started off with Black Canary, and Arrow was so terrible that they've done it so many times in Supergirl and Flash and Arrow, all over different places, and everyone's done it differently. And it's definitely nice the way they did it, and I like the way they've done it, and it looks a lot better the way they do it nowadays. And how each character time there's a different character with it. I mean, we've had Canary, we had our Canary with the original Canary Cry with the piece there, which had nothing visually. It was just kind of actors reacting to it, and that was it. And then the audio, there was nothing to it at all. They weren't putting any even money into it at all. And then there was the I think there was not Black Siren, but there was also what's her face over on during the World's Finest episode, which was I forget her name, but Banshee, Silver Banshee, she was there, and then all kinds of different characters. So they've done it really well, and I like where they're going with the different this, and every time they do it on a different way to make it seem its own thing, so it's not the same every time, same exact character. So that was really nice seeing that. And then we get Samantha Aries gets sent home by Lena and stuff, and to hang out with her daughter for the day. That was interesting with that, the way that went on. And then we had Purity, she had a Kryptonian case crystal and stuff. That was interesting with that. And then we also had Alex and Carl, the way they're kind of butting heads about the way they're disagreeing about Purity and what to do with her and how to handle her and stuff. And it was interesting the way with that, but I find myself kind of believing more on Alex's side, and being not so hopeful all the time, just because it just makes sense. You got to be practical to it. So I kind of wish sometimes that they would go with Alex's side and do it to be a little bit more practical. But then again, this is Supergirl. It is going to be full of hope type thing. Of course, it's going to be that storyline. So that was interesting with that. But and there was the whole ship, Martian ship and Legion ship trying to build it. I don't know why we didn't have Brainiac in this episode. Other than the fact that he looks terrible and I don't want to see him type of thing. I don't mind not seeing him. But if they're working on the ship, wouldn't Brainiac be the one to work on the ship? It didn't make sense as to why he's not working on the ship for this episode. I think that would have made more sense. Couldn't he just connect to the ship and go, oh, I know exactly what's wrong. This is how you have to do it type of thing. I know exactly what to do. It doesn't seem, I don't understand how he's not, connected to the ship type of thing. He was able to be inside of Kara's mind and do stuff on the outside at the same time. So why can he work on this ship type of thing? It doesn't make sense with that. And then we find out, like I said, why isn't he working on that? Then Samantha and Ruby are skating, and when Samantha gets activated as Rain, that was really interesting to see that. It's really going to be fun to see where that goes. And hopefully they actually set that up, because it's been a few episodes now where it looks like, there's an episode we had a few episodes ago where Alex found out about the blackouts, and it looks like they're going to help her, and they didn't do anything to help her. And then now Lena's finding out about it, and then they're not doing anything to help her. So everyone's finding out things, and Lena's finally said something that she's going to do it, but it doesn't seem like every time they say, yeah, we're here to help, they don't actually do anything to actually help Samantha. So I can't wait for them to just figure out that she is Rain and go and do something about it and figure it out. They're not even looking into that. They're not even figuring anything out. They're not helping her. Alex did give her the MRI type thing, but other than that, they didn't do anything. They didn't, look into counseling, look into, like talk to her about different events, or take turns, or set her up with maybe the DEO knows a great shrink type thing, because the DEO deal with pretty crazy stuff. You'd think that they would have a shrink on a psychiatrist on hand type thing for her to talk to type thing. So I think it would be really cool to see that. And they have a few of them on retainer actually at the DEO for all the different alien encounters and all the different things that people would have PTSD from going to different Earths and all the things that the DEO deals with. So I think they would make more sense to set that up. So I don't know why they didn't do that. Then Purity escapes, and then they'd have that fight at the end. Then we find out at the end there that Saturn Girl tells Mon-El that there's a secret mission, and they're in the past for a reason and not by accident, that Mon-El didn't know about. And that's where it was kind of like, I was interested with that, but then when I found out, looking at the end, when the episode ended, I looked through to see when the next episode is and look for a trailer, which we had no trailer for it. Usually we get a trailer and saying, oh, in 2 months type thing, July 7th or whatever, they gave us like the date type thing when it's going to be back. And then there was no trailer. The trailer just showed streaming the episodes online. It was kind of annoying with that, not getting a trailer for that and not getting the setup as to what that mission is. They should have told us what that mission is and leave that as the carrot to the stick for us to come back. So it's just kind of annoying. It doesn't seem like there's much here making me want to come back, type thing. There's nothing really much here. I wish there was a bigger end cliffhanger for that. I mean, we just had the end of, I think, Arrow, what is it? Not Arrow, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just had a break. They're going on a break for a couple of weeks. Not for 2 months, but just for a couple of weeks. And they had a big cliffhanger type thing that felt almost like a mid-season or like an end, or not like a season ending, but a pretty big cliffhanger type thing. So this one should have had that, especially if they're going away for 2 months. Like, that's more than a Christmas break. That's more than it's almost as much as a season finale type thing. So there should have been a bigger thing for this episode to keep us entitled to that. At least set up to what is the mission. Give us a trailer for the next episode, something that to hold us over, because this was just kind of annoying with that. So yeah, I just wish they would have told us what the mission was. And then we get to Lena. Like I said, Lena's going to fix Samantha. Hopefully she actually fixes them. We get to see something where that goes. And again, I just can't wait to see where things go with this. Again, this episode it was an interesting episode. It was an okay episode. Nothing super duper or anything like that. And it was nice that it wasn't a filler episode. It actually stayed on target. I'm also afraid with the secret Legion mission, is that it's going to sidetrack from the main episode. And we can't wait 2 months to get back to a filler episode. That would just be stupid and annoying. So hopefully this mission has something to do with Rain, and this is vital to the season, and involves the season storyline with Rain and all that stuff. Because it just seems like a waste of time if we do something that's not part of that. So hopefully we do that, and if not, if it is a filler episode, then it better be a pretty good episode, very extremely good episode, where Supergirl has to go to the future, to the 31st century. Then we get to see all kinds of different futuristic stuff. Something super duper. Something has to be really good. Maybe the mission goes bad type of thing, and they have to bring a lot more actual Legion characters back to this turn back in time to come and visit type thing. Or maybe it involves the Superman Legion ring that's in the crypt, that's in the Fortress of Solitude that we've seen dozens of times. You saw it once on Flash, saw it on here, saw it a few times on here type thing. So we need to see where that goes. So hopefully we can get that, because like I've been saying in my reviews, that the Legion in this show doesn't feel like the Legion to me. Now, I'm not much of a hardcore, I know everything about the Legion of superheroes, but I have watched a few of the cartoons, read a little bit of the comic books and stuff. It just doesn't feel like the Legion of superheroes to me, these characters whatsoever. None of them are in their right garb. They're all in these black things that look like they're from the X-Men 90s movies, or the X-Men 2000 movies, which were kind of annoying. We did get that teaser and that release of the Mon-El colorful costume type thing, super common, exactly accurate costume. Maybe that's going to be setting up for that. If they was, then we should put that in the trailer for this episode, and they'll release the trailer. So hopefully they release something, but this is just kind of annoying. But I guess next week maybe we'll be getting Legend of Tomorrow. We'll see if we get it right away, or if we're going to be a break for the Olympics coming up. So we'll have to wait and see. So this episode was kind of was kind of an interesting episode. It was okay, nothing super duper exciting. Just feels like they keep on pushing off every time someone says, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you, Samantha," and they never actually do. The only one who has helped them is Alex, and even she so far season's like, I know she's busy, working at the DEO and all that. Even she only did one thing, is tried once type of thing. They're not helping her whatsoever. Carl hasn't done a single thing to do it other than say, "We're here for you," type thing. So hopefully, Lena actually does something. Maybe she has a shrink or something, someone to talk to, psychiatrist or someone to look at, maybe even a better actual, another doctor to get another opinion other than Alex and type thing. So we'll have to wait and see where things go, but hopefully they start looking into that to start realizing that, yeah, she's Rain, because that's when I really want to get it. That's, I think, when things are going to kick off, is when everyone finds out that Samantha is Rain. And does Lena already know that just by seeing her eyes go red? How would she know that that's Rain type thing? I mean, Lena hasn't spent that much time with Rain to recognize that, unless she's put two and two together and she's able to see through the disguise. Then at that point she should see through the Carl and Supergirl disguise type thing. So we'll have to wait and see where things go with this. We also didn't get a single thing of Jimmy Olsen in this, which is another reason why I want him to go over to Legend of Tomorrow as Guardian and learn to fight there, learn to do all kinds of stuff, help the Legend of Tomorrow, hang out with them for a season or two, and then come back. I think that would be way more better. You get some training in there. People like Sarah Lance can train him to be a better fighter. He can learn a little bit of more tech stuff from what's his face, Adam, which definitely would be cool to see Ray Palmer and Wynn get together. That would be cool. Another thing was Wynn was able to fix the car in the ship in this episode, and it was like, oh, of course he fixed his ship with the help of Brainiac, and no, it was the help of Stargirl, which again was annoying as to where things are going with that, why he's not in this episode, at least not a little bit to help with the ship and whatnot. So all in all, we'll have to wait and see where things go with this, but I just needed a bigger cliffhanger that was more enticing than this cliffhanger, because the cliffhanger doesn't seem like it was bid. It doesn't seem like they even tried to put a cliffhanger in here to hook us for the next 2 months, and there's nothing there. So, oh well, they're just hoping that we're going to come back next week and accidentally watch Legend of Tomorrow because, we're expecting Supergirl, but we're going to watch Legend of Tomorrow because it's on in the time slot instead. So, yeah, it's annoying that this is. I don't know why they don't just find another spot to put Supergirl, or put Legend of Tomorrow on Wednesdays, or even another time. Put it on at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock type thing. Put it on at 6 o'clock, whatever. Put it on the weekends. People are going to watch it however they watch it type of thing. So just put it on. It's annoying that they have to wait like this, and I don't think it's acceptable when you have so many superhero shows competing with each other type thing. So, yeah. Let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.